Done. 15-minute podcast. Here you go. Go after yourself.
This is the Pizza and Hummus podcast.
I'm looking at Spider-Man covered in cheese in my bowl.
Get that nutrient in me.
Uh-oh, here we go. Now, here we go. Here we go. Now, here we go.
Oh!
I laughed way too hard at that. That's the worst thing ever.
And welcome to the Pizza and Hummus podcast. I'm Vince, and I'm with Richie.
What's going on?
Hey, everybody. So we're going to, we got a whole bunch of mixed up. We actually did something different this time. Usually what happens is we'll record the show late at night after we're done working, and we're usually tired, and we're ranting, and we're angry about stuff. So we decided, hey, let's switch it. So what we did was we got up early in the morning, got a cup of coffee, and I think this
is the best idea we've ever had.
It's the best idea. And I think it's definitely changed. I think it'll definitely kind of change a different way of thinking that we did before. I think before it's a little more angrier, rantier.
I can't think of a single positive thing about puppies.
Yeah. But I think it'll be solid. So let's start the show.
All right.
Well, one thing you were telling me that you wanted to do the morning stuff is because you do this with your mom.
Yeah.
You and your mom.
Every
have
once in a
coffee.
while, I'll have a day off or something, and me and her will just grab coffee, and we'll talk. And then at the end of the conversation, I'll go, man, I got to remember to tell someone that. I go, I won't, because all my best ideas are in the morning with coffee, visiting. It's called visiting.
Yeah.
Coffee.
You know, I think that's good too, because I tend to, I'll spend time with my mom usually sometimes on Thursdays because she has a half day off of work. So we'll go out to lunch.
Yeah.
We'll spend some time, and it's good. It's good that you can talk to her. Yeah. My mom, I realize more and more that I'm more like my mom than my dad. And I even have like my brother says like, yeah, dude, you're totally like mom. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, mom's crazy. And I'm like, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, because my mom, she's just got this, when she knows she's right, she's right, you know? And I always thought that was like a defense mechanism, because like the mom has to always be right, because the second she's wrong, then all of a sudden every kid's like, well, you were wrong that one time, so I'm going to go do drugs. Like, you know what I mean? Like she has to keep that credibility.
Yeah.
But I'm like, also though, that's just how my mom is. She's very like, once she knows what she's got to do, that's it. She's going to challenge you to the death about it. She knows how to do it. Okay, you can do it that way, but here's the right way to fucking do it. And I'm like, holy shit, that's me. And that's not a good thing.
No.
I really want to talk about the nightlife thing. I realize that I have like a phobia of going out and partying with my friends.
Yeah.
That's a real phobia. Like, I think, and here's the thing. It's a phobia that I'm not saying it's like, oh, that means I can never do it. It means, Vince, you every once in a while, you have to get out of your comfort zone, and you just got to do that.
Yeah.
When I do say, okay, we got to go out, I'm going to drink with the buddies.
Yeah.
People end up hitting cars.
No, you went out though. I've joked about this to nonstop. Is Vince comes out one time and the moon crashes into the earth.
Yeah.
That's never happened anything close ever, because I joke about it. I go, Vince finally comes out and we all got stabbed. We've never got stabbed before.
I know. I feel like I'm like the jinx of the situation.
No.
But here's the thing. I know I got to push myself. I got to push myself more out, but it's just like whenever it comes to partying, involving like alcohol or anything, I'm just like, I just get this fear.
Yeah. And
it was great in high school because it got me out of trouble. It kept me getting good grades. Like, it kept me where I need to be. It helped me in college. You know, I didn't get MIPs. I didn't really drink until I was 21.
Yeah.
It was great. But now that I'm older and, you know, I don't get to spend as much time with friends and all that stuff. And that's what you guys do. Everyone goes to the bar, everybody hangs out, whatever. I'm like, I gotta do it, but I have this. It's just this inner, like, something's gonna happen. Something bad's gonna happen. I'm going to jail. I just know it.
I don't know why. I'm 21 plus.
I'm a citizen. I'm doing everything good.
I paid my taxes. Why are they here?
Like, car. But yeah, so that was a big. So like, I'm like, oh man, I go, but you know, like, but every time once you discover that you're afraid of something, you do have to start going after that. Like, you really got to start focusing on that, and you got to say, okay, I gotta, even if it's just toe steps, like, you got to just start getting closer to it, so that way it's not as bad, and you can kind of conquer it and all this stuff. Yeah. Because otherwise, it's like, hey, do you want to walk outside? Oh, I can't walk outside.
I can't walk outside. What are you talking
Don't
about?
get me.
Who's they? I don't know. I had one of my coworkers who's 35 and older. He goes up to me. He goes, "You're on Tinder?" And he's like, and I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "What's that like?" Describing to like a 35-year-old and older what Tinder is. You know, he's married with 82 kids.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What is that like?" And he's like, you just getting girls every night. And I go, "Yeah."
That's exactly
That's exactly what happens. Yeah. And he goes, "Oh man," and they're probably, and it's just all the time, and it's just like, "Man, if I had that, you know, you're just bowling and knocking pins down, huh?" I go, "Yeah, that's it." And I don't want to crush his dream. He's living vicarious through me. Yeah, man, that's what it's like. And it's 2017's crazy. Because they can't believe. So what I meant was, so there's a bunch of articles, interviews, everything about Tinder, because people are still trying to figure out how this gold mine, not really, exists. And so be like, well, who's on Tinder? Well, you got the people who are looking for love. You got you got people who are just looking for a confidence boost. That's one of like the 3 or 2 people that are on there. It's just, I just got to know someone else thinks my face in a little box is attractive and I can move on with my day. You know, Lady Jane's, the haircut place?
Yeah.
It's like, I got the same reaction when I told people I went there. Hey, where'd you get a haircut last month? Oh, I went to Lady Jane's. The place where they're all butt naked? Like, no, man, they just wear like, I don't know, like nice clothes. Like, I heard you get a lap dance after every haircut. Like, yeah, that's what happens.
Ask them.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
How much you got to tip them? I don't tip at all.
It's free. Wow. That really is wicked awesome. I get mine at a barber shop.
That's where I need to go. Someplace classy like that.
Yeah. There's this little barber shop. You go in there for $15. You got these 2 old guys, and it's a tiny room, and it's all surrounded by like sports memorabilia, you know.
So it's like Lady Jane's.
Yeah. So you know, we always talk about like how they do. Oh, the Lions game, and then everyone can have a conversation. That's where it is. That's where I see it the most. Is there? They're still talking about sports. And I'm just sitting there, but they do a great job.
Yeah.
They know how to cut hair.
Yeah.
You know. They got this vacuum that's attached to the wall, so when they have hair, they just sweep it in the vacuum. But they're great. They're great.
What I'm always concerned when I get a haircut from like an older man or woman is I feel like I can't tell them like any new haircut. Like if I say, "Hey, just give me a fade," they'll just go back in time and they'll just get sucked into a wormhole. Be like, "What?" And they just fly away. I feel like they're like, "What do you want? A buzz cut?" No, I just kind of want to. What do you want? I want a fade. You know, really, really blend it. What do you want? You want a haircut or you want a dessert?
What am I fading to? And right now, like part of besides like the fade and all that, like my eldest, the comb over, that's been around since like the 50s. So they know, like, oh yeah, Uncle Johnny used to have that. So they know.
That's where you have to go.
Yeah.
Give me the thing the only thing you know how to do. Got it.
Yeah. $15. So
you know what's good? This is so lame that I've made this. So I've been going to Great Clips. First as convenience because they're the only place open past midnight to give haircuts, like 9 p.m.
Oh, okay.
And so I had to go. I went there after a late day at work and I was like, I just need a haircut. I can't believe I'm going to Great Clips. I go there and they cut my hair and they did a good job. And they go, by the way, if you come in next time, we put it in your notes. And so you don't have to tell them anything. And I go, okay, whatever. I go in, different person, same Great Clips. I didn't say anything, and they go, same thing as last time. And I go, yep, they did it. Looked perfect. Looked exactly the same. I go, I love Great Clips.
Wow, that's
$14.
awesome.
Whoa, $17 is at the door after tip.
Yeah.
Great Clips, please sponsor us.
Great Clips, we need you. Dude, that's awesome.
Supercuts have to step up their game. If Great Clips has notes like they're in a doctor's office.
Yeah. It seems past our records, you used to have the fade.
And also you need a flu vaccine.
Yeah.
Yes, both, please.
Yes, so you need them. Put in your head. That's where it goes, right?
Right. With doctors, the younger the better. If I could have like a fetus cut my hair, I would.
Yeah.
I went to Supercuts the one time in 10 years since like I could drive. And same thing, they were the only place open. And I was like, let me just get a quick haircut. I just can't have my hair this long anymore. And I think like an intern, like I've had plenty of girls who were in hair school cut my hair. They all did a fine job because they have eyes. I went in there and it looked like a toddler was behind the counter And she's like, all right, come on back. And I was like, oh no, you're doing it. No. And then there was 2 adults. The place was empty because it's 9 p.m. There were 2 adults sitting in the other chairs, just kind of like they worked there reading a magazine, waiting for the place to close. Like they were watching her. The little girl, she's probably 6. She looked 15 to be realistic, but she was probably, I don't know. She's now cutting my hair. The haircut starts and she turns me away from the mirror for the entire haircut. Not a good sign. I don't know if she knows this, but eventually I'm going to see what she's done.
Yeah.
And so it goes on, and there's a couple things that I can't remember. At one point, one of the ladies who were sitting in the other haircut chairs had to come over and say, hey, don't forget to blend the top of his head with the side of his head. You know, that thing, the haircut. And then the third thing, same thing. I go, could you give me a fade? 3 on the top, 1 on the sides. And she goes, oh, a buzz cut. And I go, no, not a. And then I cried. She cut my hair. It looked very similar to when I walked in, a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
Last time I went to Supercuts.
So I got a question. So for your hair, is it difficult for people to cut, or is it really easy?
It's neither. I think it's fine. I don't know if they complain when I leave, but while I'm getting my haircut, they never stop talking about A, boy, you've got thick hair, and then B, you'll never go bald. At least there's that.
Yeah, that's what I get to.
And I go, thanks. And I was going to be really pissed if I do go bald and be like, okay, 39,000 people lied to me.
There was a time where, like, if you wanted to get laid, you had to dedicate your whole life to somebody. So you really had to make sure this person wasn't batshit crazy. You really spent time with them. And that's why I think those people stayed married until they were like 100. I don't think it's because their marriage was any easier. I think they really invested in this person. Like, listen, I was 20. I really needed to get laid. And at the same time, I need to make sure that who I was getting laid to wasn't going to like cut off my dick and throw it in the woods somewhere.
I found you. I'm sticking with you.
Yeah.
I always like to think about that. Like obviously there's plenty of like realistic reasons, but like why has marriage taken on, thinking of us more primal in a more primal sense, like why wouldn't just monkeys just be doing it all the time? Like with whoever, they don't care about diseases or anything like that.
And that's why they got AIDS.
And that's why they got AIDS.
That's why they got the AIDS.
And then I think, well, yeah, you found one, you latch onto them, and you say, got ya. I'll see you when I'm 100.
Well, I mean, it's a thing too, because like if we're going back to like monkeys, when monkeys go in heat, it's just whoever's here, I'm ready. So like female monkeys they're only in heat once in a while because that's when they're okay. I'm ready to have babies. So really, they say, okay, well, the alpha chimp, whatever, gets up. That's because he's just scaring off the competition because he wants to get laid. But really, the female monkeys, they don't care. They'll just whoever's in the area, they're swiping left or swiping right, whatever the right swipe is. I'm in heat. Whatever you got to, whoever gets here first is the winner.
Yeah.
But female humans are a lot more choosier. They're a lot more pickier just throughout all of.
I think that's so fascinating how. It's like every animal, for the most. I mean, there's really fascinating things of this animal only likes this kind of mate, and wow, they're just like us. But like for a big chunk of it, it's just animals. Us, long time ago, and animals just want to pass their DNA. It's almost like what's going on in their mind. You got to wonder because the reason we're evolved is because we have complex thought and reasoning skills.
Yeah,
and apparently really high standards for dating.
Yeah. Unless you got Tinder.
It doesn't get Tinder, then you just fucking swipe it.
You swiping white.
But I think it's so fascinating how they're just like, what is going on in their brain that they go, found you, I got to pass my DNA, here you go. I think that's crazy. Like you're like a robot.
Well,
but the exact opposite.
Well, it's kind of here's what's interesting about humans though, is with humans, like I said, like the females are choosier. Because you got to remember that these women are when you go down to like their biological thing, they're thinking, okay, I'm going to pass off my DNA, but this is a 9-month investment internally, and then it's going to come out, and then I'm going to have to take care of this thing until, and the government says it's till 18, but from a natural standpoint, it could just be, until they're old enough, whatever. So I got to make sure that what this is works. Whereas if you're like a dog, you're going to have 16 puppies. And if 10 of them die at one time, okay, at least you got 6.
Right.
They're not
Shotgun approach with
monkeys. Yeah,
yeah.
like it's not a big deal. Whereas humans are like, I got this one.
Yeah.
And and maybe I'll have twins, but it's like, I got this one. I got to make sure that it lives and it does all these things. But with humans, what's interesting is we don't just pick like the strongest, most muscular people like the other
Anymore.
animals. Like,
Right.
the strong alpha male, and that's it. Like
Yeah.
we look at things like, okay, well, is this person really intelligent? Does this person laugh?
Does this person speak my 5 love languages?
Does this person speak my 5 love languages? Like what is it? It's different than just like the alpha males. It's all different. We've had different things of hierarchy. Like stand-up comedians can get laid, rock stars can get laid, but neither of them are like, we'll fight for your honor.
Right.
They're just like, one makes you laugh, and the other can move his fingers faster than most. Like, you know what I mean? Like
He chose to put that towards strings.
But we put them up higher on the social hierarchy of like, these are the people we want to be.
Yeah.
The people that are, truthful and honest and respectful and all that stuff. Like, but then there's also people that get laid because they just have a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I always thought that was amazing. Like, imagine these dorky people. They're weak, but they're really smart.
Right.
But they're just really weak and they have all this money. And then they just pick like the hottest, most attractive person they can find. And then their offspring gets passed just because they got more paper than other people.
I feel like that's such a weird thing because I like to argue that there's whether it's DNA, that's a form of information, or how we love humans the past 50,000 years, whatever, like passing information.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, that's the whole thing. I wonder if it's like you pick a mate who shares your information that you like, and we go, we got to get this information to the future.
Yeah.
And so they have a kid and they go, here's the information. We put our information to create you, and now we're talking information at you. Go onto the world and tell more information. Like, I feel like that's like, here's a story. Don't forget, you got to be nice.
Yeah. Well, but you see, like being nice is a quality that we were like, okay, that's an information that we want to pass.
Yeah.
For thousands of years, there were people that were like, hey, if I'm stronger and that guy's weaker and I want his stuff, I should be able to kill him.
Right.
And take whatever I want. Like that wasn't deemed as a bad thing. It was just like, but I'm stronger though.
It's Tuesday.
It's stronger. It's and then if you look at even like, in the wild, they have like the survival of the fittest,
Yeah.
I kill you because I'm stronger. I live on. Someone kills me, they live on.
End of equation. I'm not even upset about
like
it.
being nice was a quality that we're like, you know what? If we want to continue growing, if we want to continue to be better, we got to be nice. This guy is weaker than me, but he's really good at planning, and I'm really good at hunting. So I'll get some of his stuff. He gets some of mine. If I kill him, I can't farm and hunt at the same time.
Right.
And it just goes. It's a whole thing.
I think that's when that complex thought starts to come through. Is then you say, well, what can I get instead of just saying hit him in the top of the head with a rock like I'm a Flintstone.
Yeah.
You go, wait. What does he have to offer? What can we, for the good of all of us, put together? Maybe I don't need to kill him. Maybe killing him is bad for me.
Yes.
And they start to think like that.
Yes.
How cool is that?
Yes.
Like some guy in a saloon with like a leather jacket, and he's with his boys around him like it's a weird version of Grease. And they're like, hey, look at that dame over there. And he goes, watch out. I'm going to go be nice to her.
Every neckbeard's dream. My lady.
I'm going to go respect the heck out of her. It's 1720. And he goes over there walking and snapping, singing a song that kind of is good.
But I mean, think about that. If you look at, the strongest, the most vibrant, I really shouldn't be existing. Like in a weird way, I shouldn't have made it. Like I got weird colon problems. I don't have any muscle mass. Like I have intelligence. I'm a good B student. It's not like I'm like inventing NASA and creating the cure for cancer. Some women are like, okay, like you
We're gonna keep you around, buddy.
We're gonna keep you still doing your thing.
Yeah, if you ever don't make us laugh, we'll just kill you. It's no big deal.
You overthink things, which is good because I don't gotta worry about stuff.
Right.
You just overthink things, so that way there's no problems that happen.
Because you've thought of every scenario that could have happened.
Yeah.
None of them did.
And every solution,
But we were ready.
You're a thinker. We need that. You're a little introverted, but that's okay.
We like you for who you are.
People respect like private property isn't like just something that people just naturally know how to do.
Right.
Private property isn't like, oh yeah, that private property was something that we created. Otherwise it was just like, hey, I like that stuff. I want it.
That's mine now.
Yeah. Or there was a tribe that said, okay, everything's ours. Like, let's say this neighborhood was a tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can come into my house. I can go into your house.
Yeah.
We're all sharing stuff, But then when we came over, we're like, separate, divide, lines.
Lines. We like straight lines. I don't know if I would like the tribe because I in my head, idealistic, I would love that. Tribe. Everyone comes in. You whatever. Everyone goes in and out. But now I'm thinking about it. I was house hunting the other day, and a family friend roommate. He goes, and he's an awesome guy. Everything's great. Everything's set up. And he goes, yeah. Every once in a while. My buddy's always coming in, cooking food unannounced. And I go, there's no way I'm living in a house where it's just like, yeah, Greg's here. And he's like, yeah, what up, eggs? I don't care that you're making me food. It doesn't matter. You got to stay out. We're not in the tribe anymore. I got the lines.
This is why you
why.
can legally shoot someone who comes in your house.
Right. You get out. I don't care. Get out of my eggs. I was going to make those over medium and you're scrambling them. You're scrambling my dreams.
I can't handle it.
I don't like it.
I can't handle it. I kind of like this morning thing. I feel like
This
we're
was
a lot
great.
more awake.
We had nothing planned. I feel like there might be some good stuff here.